Hi folks, this is a video log within a video log. I haven't really said much about my acting recently, simply because there's been a lot going on with lots of other things, and but I feel with my acting, things seem to be going really well recently, and I don't really like to shout about the work that I'm specifically working on and doing. I think just at this moment, I think I'm just stepping from one day to the next, just slowing everything down as much as I possibly can, continuing on with the decluttering. And as for the acting goes, one thing, I was involved in a really interesting piece last week in London, and it was one of those moments that I think was sort of another benchmark, because in acting, what we do, we talk about getting up the ladder. So you might start off as an extra, which is probably rung one on the ladder, and then you might start doing sort of loads of regular extra work, and then you might start doing maybe the odd bit of acting, loads of extra work, and then you start, mainly the stuff that you do is acting work, and that's rung 4, and that's sort of where I am now, and that's good. It's good for where I'm going, it's good for my directing, and I'm pretty confident in understanding what I'm doing when I'm acting, and how to perform and how to listen when you're directed. And it's particularly interesting that that I'm learning lines more efficiently now, and I've got a piece coming up in the next few weeks, which I'm looking forward to doing, and I've got another piece towards the end of August, and I've got other work going around the edges. But my other projects that I'm working on, I'm going to enter one of my comedy pieces called Odd Bod, which I worked with Tom Savory, who I haven't spoken to for a little while. I think he's got lots going on at this minute, so give him some space. And which has been directed and filmed by the very talented Robert L. Jenkins, and I'm going to enter that into the Waterford Film Festival, so that's really good. So I've got to make sure I keep an eye on getting that sort of done next week, and I'm just making sure that I got that in my diary. And the other project that I'm always reminded on, with a little post-it there, is to make sure I really get to grips with the projects that I want to work on, i.e. Lost Days, which I don't seem to have done much with recently. Hopefully looking forward to some of my SoundCloud stuff to be up there, waiting for Al to sort of write music to it, so that's good. And haven't been doing much of these video logs as much as I want to, but maybe I'm sort of approaching why I need them and what I'm doing them for, as I did last week with the positive and negative thing, and the weekly archaeological piece that I'm doing in connection with my classes. And then the other thing connected with the acting is, do I continue with the acting classes that I've been attending in Cardiff that have been really positive? Well, my acting teacher that I've been with for a year and a half has decided that he's going on to other things and continuing on with his own level of work, because he's doing a PhD as a drama teacher and so on, or whatever he's doing. I'm a bit cautious about starting being taught more levels of acting work by somebody else, but I think I'll go back and do that in September for at least another 10 weeks. And then the other thing as well is, how is my acting class going on in Barry? Well, it's not going as well as I would have liked. We managed to get loads of leaflets and stuff out, but I think having an acting class in Barry is probably the wrong place to do it, and possibly planning now to have that acting class in another place like Bridgend, or somewhere else, and see how that goes. Because with the acting classes, we really create some really positive stuff, and we get really positive vibes, and it's very creative, and I just need to keep going with that, I think. And I need to make sure that that teaching the acting is something that I enjoy doing. And it may seem unusual that I'm teaching acting and I'm also being taught acting myself, but lots of actors do that we teach acting and we've got people teaching us. I know it's unusual, but most people in my acting class that I attend in Cardiff, where I'm being taught, lots of them actually teach acting as well. And it's an unusual thing, but that's what happens anyway. And it's probably because lots of actors have got the discipline to be able to listen to direction, which is very important when you're on set. Anyway, this is Karl-James Langford. Thanks for watching my video log on acting, and this is channel 01 to 1975. Thank you.